Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to do Paint Pastel Princess by Silverchair from the Neon Ballroom album, and this is actually in the same tuning as Emotion Sickness. So if you've watched that lesson you'll know this, but if not, the tuning is as follows. C sharp on the bottom string, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and then C sharp for the top two strings. They'll be in unison. So once you have your guitar tuned, we'll get started with the intro. So the intro is kind of quick and it's a little tricky. I think Daniel Johns on the recording might have played it with his pick and his fingers. So if you're used to the chicken picking kind of thing, that might be a little easier. But it's still possible with just a pick. So you're going to start on the 5th fret of the G string and the 4th fret of the B string. And you're going to go open D string, 5 on the G, and 4 on the B. And all this is going to ring out. So then you're going to keep the open D string, but you're going to move up to 7 on the G and 5 on the B. And do the same thing. Then you're going to slide that up 2 frets. Now here's the part where it sort of gets a little tricky, but it's actually not too bad. So you go D string, G string, B string, then back to the G string. Then you're going to hit the open B string and hammer on to 7. Then G string, B string, G string, and open B string. So I'll play that through all in one go so you can hear how it's supposed to sound slowly. So here we go. So that's not too bad, and then you go repeat the first part of it again, so 5 and 4, 7 and 5, and 9 and 7. Except from here, you're going to go back to 5 and 4, only it'll be 5 on the B string and 4 on the G string. And you'll play it like so. So it's D string, G, B, G, high E, B, G, B. So the second part of it will go like this. So then you would repeat that whole phrase, both parts, but at the end of the second repeat, you'll hang here on this part. You do that a few times, and then switch back to 5 on the G and 4 on the B, and go to 7 on the high E like so, and strum. So let me try to play the whole thing all together, so hopefully it'll make sense to you. So from here, we'll go into the verse. So at the beginning of the verse, we're going to keep the same grip of the chord that we left off on. So it'll be 5 on the G, 4 on the B, and 7 on the high E. And you're going to strum that. Then you're going to move that grip up to 8 on the G, 7 on the B, and 10 on the high E. Then down 1 fret, back to the start. Then you're going to go from 7 to 6 on the high E. And go back to your original chord grip, back to 8 again. Down a fret, up a fret, up 2 frets, and back to the start. Okay, so I'll play that all the way through so you'll get a sense of how it goes. So for the chorus, there's going to be 2 parts. So I'll show you the rhythm part first, and then we'll go to the melody over the top. Okay, so the rhythm in the chorus is just going to basically be 1 chord. You're going to go to 2 on the A string, and then try to bar the rest of the strings at the 4th fret with your ring finger. So you're going to strum that for the first measure. And then for the last part of the measure, you're going to go to the 4th fret on the top 2 strings, strum the rest open, 2nd fret on the top 2 strings, and then open. So altogether the rhythm for the chorus should go like this. So it's pretty simple. And then underneath that, there will be a slightly distorted guitar part, which is really easy, and I'll show you that next. So the melody under the chorus is very, very simple. Just go to the 2nd fret A string, slide up to the 4th, then 5th, open low E, 2nd fret, and 4th fret. And repeat. And at the end of the chorus, you'll just let that open low E ring out while it goes back to the intro riff. So after another verse and chorus, it will go to a bridge part, which we'll get to next. So for the bridge, you're going to keep your distortion on, and you're going to use the same chords from the intro. They're just going to be played different. So you go to 5 on the G and 4 on the B, 7 and 5, and kind of mute it here, and then 9 and 7. So it should sound like this. Then you'll do that same thing again, and then do the inverted 5 and 4 there, and repeat. So the whole thing should sound like this. So that's fairly simple, and then after that, it will go into an interlude. Alright, so the interlude is all octaves. So we'll start on the 11th fret of the A and G strings. And you're going to go from 11 to 9 to 12. And you'll do it like this. And then 11 and 9 back and forth. So once again, all together. So then you would do that again. But just the first half, so then you'd kind of hang on this 11 here. And then you're going to start the next riff for the interlude, which is going to be 3, 5, 7, and open on the bottom 3 strings, like so. Part of the riff is going to go 3, 6, 4, 1, and open, like so. And that'll be the end of the interlude. So from there it'll go back to the intro riff again for a couple of bars, and then it will do the same thing as the bridge, I believe, but it won't be distorted, so it'll just be this progression, only at the end of that there will be a distorted part, so it'll kind of be like and then back to it again. So it's hard to do with just the volume, but you get the idea. It's just sort of and then repeat it again. It'll just be in that kind of fashion. There'll be another bridge after that. There will be a chorus after that, which will also serve as the outro. So it'll just be the same chorus riff, you know, the whole the chords with this melody, and that's pretty much it for the song. So it's just a few riffs. The trickiest one is the intro riff, and everything else is pretty simple. So that's it for Paint Pastel Princess, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you with it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.